end of day 2 of the first Ashes test. Australia started off well in control. Then Australia lost a bit of control there in the middle session. And then at the end, Australia back in control. With me, I have my co-host Charbel, who is a very happy man, as you know, Australia have started off the Ashes summer in a really, really great fashion.
Yeah, it's thunderstorming here, and I think England will be wishing that was the case at the Gabba again today.
Absolutely.
I think they're going to be hoping for a bit of rain for the rest of this game, but I think the forecast looking pretty good and a great lead. Travis Head, what a knock.
Yeah.
Sort of getting a bit upset in that middle of session, like we're losing the advantage there, just letting England back in the game through some weird batting, I felt. But Travis Head, what a knock, man, on his return to the team. I wanted Usman Khawaja in the team, ideally as an opener, I said, but I thought I'd like to see him at 5, but Travis Head made me eat my words. Great
yes,
knock.
I think it was a brilliant knock from Travis Head. He just launched the counter attack on the English bowlers. Scored that second 50, I think, came in 34 balls, so it was scored quickly, and the wickets kept falling at the other end, and he was stuck at non-strike. So let's first touch on the fall of the little mini collapse that Australia had. Worried there a bit.
Yeah, we've got the tendency to do that. So I tweeted like we did that last year against India in a way. We had the advantage and then we sort of let it slip at times. I felt Steve Smith is like, I don't know what it was today. He felt very nervous. I think he was very keen to get out there and he just, it's like a kid in a candy store, didn't know where to go first, didn't know what to do.
Absolutely.
And then it sort of like reminded me of a park cricketer who has had somewhere to be at the end of the day, but you just have to get his innings out of the way before you can go.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like Steve Smith's a great player, and I know he'll bounce back, but it was a strange innings for a player of his caliber. But I thought Marnus played beautifully, but he threw it away. Warner played well with the luck. I think he'll buy a lotto ticket tonight. But he threw it away too. So we gave our wickets away. Cameron Green left one.
Yeah.
But Travis Head salvaged the day. Yep. Definitely.
And I think Cameron Green's dismissal, I think it was just, there was nothing special in the ball. That was really, let's say it was perfectly bowled on length and, hitting top of off. But
yeah, but you don't leave that. He did similar to Marnus. He did similar against Marnus in the Shield recently.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah. Oh, yes, so I do.
Cameron
I do
Green's
remember.
He's got to watch that. He's got to watch that because it's a big summer for him. Yeah. But overall, man, 343 runs in a single day. That's awesome. And England are on the mat right now. You took on Jack Leach, and then you executed that well, and then you're putting the other bowlers in the ground because you're making them work hard in hot conditions when they haven't had a lot of cricket under their belt. So 200 in front nearly now. Go push on a bit more tomorrow morning and get them in and get a few more early wickets and then go from there, man.
Absolutely. And you touched on Jack Leach and the way Warner. Yeah. I just tweeted like 4 minutes before he hit one over long on. I just tweeted that I'm just imagining Warner tonking Jack Leach over that cow corner to long on region, and Australia did not let him settle at all.
Didn't let him settle, and that was never going to be the case.
Exactly.
Australia do not let opposition spinners settle at the Gabba.
In Australia.
In Australia, you don't, we try our best to make sure that we put them under pressure, and England spinners have struggled for a very long time here on these shores. I felt Jack Leach just placing the ball rather than, as a spinner, you got to try get a bit of dip. I just felt he was just landing it.
Yeah.
He was very easy.
Yep. He was just nervous to try things, try different things.
I think so. Look at Ashwin last summer. His control, his variations. You got to do that in Australia.
Yep. So, do you feel that the English spinners, let's say Jack Leach, for example, has really did not come here with any plan? You touched on Ashwin, who came with a perfect plan to someone like Marnus, someone like Steve Smith, bowling at the stumps with leg side packed. So it did not look like Jack Leach had any plans for the Aussie batters.
I think when you go for 30 in your first 3 overs and you put under the pump straight away, it's hard. Your mind's racing at 1,000 miles an hour, man. And now England have got a decision to make about whether they even bother playing a spinner in the next test, because I know it's Adelaide, but they'd probably rather play their strongest seam attack, and then if they need
Absolutely.
spin, they can turn to root. But-
Absolutely.
Because if you don't play Leach, you play Bess, and I think I think Bess is even worse, to be fair. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we touch on the brilliant bowling performance yesterday, let's quickly touch on Marcus Harris at that opening spot. Still a bit tensed at that opening slot there.
Definitely, that's still an issue, and pushed at a delivery today, and there was an opportunity today to cement his place in the team and justify his selection like Travis Head did. But yeah, jury is still very much out for Travis Head. For Marcus Harris. He'll get at least a few games.
Yep.
But he has to perform.
Do you think he gets another go in the next one?
Yeah, he will.
So
you can't.
You would give him one
game.
more. Yeah.
You can't. How stupid will you look as a selector? You picked him and then drop him after a game.
Yeah.
You picked the guy. You have to stick with him for the next test.
So still no Khawaja for the next one as well.
No. Look, I'd love to see Usman there. He would have been my pick for opener, but you've picked Harris. You've got to stick with him. I'm happy they stuck with Stark. I was saying a couple of weeks ago that start the series with Mitchell Stark, and what a start it was. Like, he's very good at the start of a series, very good in the pink ball test, and then you can see maybe get Jai Richardson in or a Michael Neser in later. But
yeah. So
yeah,
all in all, a brilliant day for Australian batsmen, and really good performance from Heady and really good performance from David Warner as well, who seemed in stages he seemed like a bit uncertain
shaky.
At the pitch.
He was lucky. He had luck. Today.
Definitely.
But, he was short on luck earlier in the year, I guess, in the white ball stuff. And in Australia, he's got a lot of luck over his career, and this is another example of it. But a great day for him. He just missed out on the 100. I thought Marnus batted really well.
Yep.
He did the
hard
yards.
Well. He did the hard yards.
Ball beautifully. There was some leaves. I'm like, wow, that's a good leave.
Yep.
He did that a lot. So he's in for a big series. I think you tweeted today he's going to get 700 runs.
Yes, I really feel so. I still feel so that he's going to have a big summer there. The only shining light for England was Ollie Robinson, really.
Ollie Robinson. I thought Mark Wood too was very good.
Yes, he did bowl well, but from a line and length perspective, Ollie Robinson just stayed there in that corridor of uncertainty all the time and really asked questions.
Yeah, he was good. He was down on pace, but he bowled some good areas and got good movement. And I think for a first overseas test assignment, I think he's done very well.
Yep. And now, Shabel, speaking of bowling, Australia right into the test yesterday with that brilliant bowling performance. First ball from Mitchell Stark. Yeah. Shane Warne shut up, and
I don't think he did shut up. He kept saying that ball should have been clipped away for 4. It was almost like Shane Warne was disappointed in a way to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a smart idea. Like, you look at Burns, that front foot, how far off stump it goes. It goes past off stump before the ball's delivered. Like, it's crazy. And the ball was halfway down the pitch, and that front foot is still outside off stump. So and great thinking.
Exactly. And that as an opening bat, that's the perfect plan. That's the one ball you don't want as an opening bat on the first day of a big tour, because it's fast, it's swinging, it's up, you have to move your feet.
It's making you play. Exactly. It's probably a ball he wasn't expecting as well. He probably would have been expecting one shaping away on off stump. And then he gets that. And then Hazelwood early on was brilliant, and then Cummins with a 5 was just all around very good. I think England's batting's they've got a lot of problems. We already knew that. Travis Head averages 42 now. That's well above any other England player bar Joe Root. So that says the story, man. And
and Travis Head already has more runs than Joe Root this series. So it's a good point.
Off the good. It's good days, good time so far in this series, and we hope it continue from an Australia perspective.
Absolutely, because if Australia can keep this bowling attack together and keep performing like this, I think England don't really have a big chance in the series going ahead as well.
No. And I think England probably put in their eggs in the Adelaide basket, if I'm being honest, that pink ball test. And see Anderson and Broad there, get some swing under lights and challenge Australia there and potentially win that one. I think that's probably the game I see them having the best chance. If the 5th test is in Hobart, maybe England could win there as well, but other than that, I can't see England doing much, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. So we look forward to tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for tuning into this. We'll try to do this every day. A quick review of the day, and I look forward to the day ahead. And yeah, go the Aussies. Thanks, Dash.
Thank you.